Alrighty, let's hit it. Let's make some of the best gaming content your fat ass has ever seen. Archie. Archie, the bad guys are coming, Archie. They're gonna shoot us. Yeah, you like that? You like that All in the Family reference from like fucking 1972? Only the hottest pop culture references on this show. So you may be wondering, are you doing this via Nintendo Switch Online? And to that I say, what kind of fucking normie do you take me for? No, we're doing this on a Mister with a PS5 controller. That's right, N64 controls map to a PS5 controller. Why on earth would anybody willingly do such a thing? This is gonna feel like complete dog water the whole playthrough. But it's what we've got to work with, viewer. We're just gonna have to muddle our way through it. So yeah, the original game would have been a one-stick shooter, and we're mapping that to a controller with two sticks, and I guess the original game probably could have benefited from two sticks because there are situations where you need to move the character and the cursor independently, and they do not offer such a thing. Oop, don't shoot the hostages. Whatever you do, do not shoot the hostages. Yeah, don't do that. Well, I'd say my aim's good enough that I could work for the LAPD. I mostly missed the hostages. But yeah, there are gonna be many headaches involved in trying to play this with the controller that was very much not intended for this game. This is gonna be very much be a close your eyes and turn the keyboard upside down and mash the keys with your palm type situation. Is that a thing that people say, you're wondering? Well, I'm saying it now. So did you have an N64 as a kid or as an adult viewer? Did you endure the horrors of the N64 controller? I would invite people over to my house sometimes and I'd show them the N64 controller, and with their reaction you would think I just handed them like a weasel carcass or something. Like, what the fuck is this piece of shit? You know how it goes. I tried to get my little brother into N64 games many years later. He was just like mashing the side of his hand against the control stick to try, I guess, to turn it more aggressively. It's like we had to stop after that. I didn't tell him to stop, but I just kind of quietly stopped with teaching him N64 stuff. It's like, this is an antique that you cannot easily replace, and you are breaking the control stick on it. To have an N64 controller at all with a tight control stick is a very rare thing, and you are gonna ruin a good thing for me. So here's the strafing, by the way. Just double tap the C buttons. The C buttons on your PS5 controller that you're using. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, I think we've gotten everything out of training mode that we're gonna get. We're as good as we're gonna get. That's what they told me at my IEP 20 years ago. So now we get to do actual sin and punishment. We're gonna play the game. I'm well versed on the concept of sin and punishment, you see, because I went to a Catholic school. That was something that came up very often. Not the game, not anything fun, but you know, actual sin and punishment. This pervasive idea that everything you do is evil and stupid and wrong. And now we're all screwed up. Just screwed up, horribly repressed people who don't know how to live in civilization. Thank you, private school system. Anyway, so this first level is basically just to get you acclimated. The enemies don't even fight back. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I guess the only way you could possibly take damage would be to run into those trees over there. You have to be cautious around trees, for they are the one enemy in this level. Has there ever been another game where the main villain was just your own clumsiness and running into stationary objects? Perhaps maybe some kind of skateboarding game? I like it when they say get bonus, by the way, because it reminds me of that funny TF2 video with bonus ducks. An internet classic.
Ducks. Bonus ducks. Bonus ducks. Bonus ducks. Bonus.
It is completely crazy that we're still getting new TF2 memes all the way in 2026. And I'm all here for it, honestly. It does my heart good to hear that. My tiny, shriveled up, dead Grinch heart feels a slight tinge of warmth knowing that people still care about TF2 after all this time. Some kind of TF2 fan project is coming out later this month, in fact. I saw it on the Coming Soon page on Steam, and it's like, how unusual that they would let you wishlist a mod instead of an actual game. Has that always been something you could do? Regardless, that's something that's coming. What's the name of this thing, you might ask? And, off the top of my head, I don't know. Okay, Mr. Burns, what's your first name? I don't know. And there you have it, folks. That was the first level. The enemies didn't even fight back. Even Dean Takahashi could have beat that one. You guys remember Dean Takahashi? This character was an assist trophy in Smash Bros, by the way.
Morning, Iron.
Whoa, don't throw knives at me. What the fuck is your problem, crazy lady? Looked like he wasn't even gonna catch it for a second there. Imagine if the game just ended there on like the second cutscene in the game. Somebody throws you a knife carelessly and you miss and it goes through your eye and the main character dies. And okay, well, we either gotta get a new character or the game's just over here. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's a cool thing you can do with these, those banisters. You can shoot them while the guys are still on them and they'll fall. If you can manage. So anyway, this game never came out stateside, actually. This was a Japan exclusive, as it were, even though the dialogue's all in English for some reason. I don't know how they managed that. Did they take, like, the virtual console, like, English audio and backport it to an N64 ROM? Is that what happened? But anyway, yeah, Nintendo's always a little touchy about what games come out over here. For some reason. Remember back in the day, they weren't gonna give us Xenoblade, but then the fans all revolted and they called it Operation Rainfall or whatever, and we're gonna complain on the internet to people who already agree with us until Nintendo relents and gives us more products that we can buy. Yes, indeed. You can hit those missiles back, by the way, if you slash at them with the sword. But yeah, Nintendo's always been a bit strange with the international releases. There was an interview once where they asked Miyamoto, "Why won't you give us the games, Miyamoto?" And his response was, "I hate white people." Oh, that Miyamoto. You know how it goes.
Already?
We joke, but that is actually a bit of an issue in the Japanese games industry. There's that famous Dragon Quest composer where he would deliberately make a worse version of the music for the American release of the game. That dude was what we call a jingoist, as it were. It's just kind of unbelievable that he went to such effort to do such things. That is some next level jingoism. You're deliberately gonna give people in other countries a worse version of the game. Yeah, that guy, I think that guy died actually. He was like 90 something at the time. And at his funeral, they played a worse version of the typical funeral music just to rub it in. They played the Crazy Bus theme instead of sad piano music. You guys know the Crazy Bus theme, don't you? Yeah, that. There's no way I could accurately imitate that, but I think you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this game never had a proper American release until the 2000s when it was released on the Wii Virtual Console. That was American audiences' first ever introduction to this game. You know, at the time, I guess we were just stupid kids and we didn't know any better, but looking back at the Virtual Console as an adult, it's like, for anybody who understands the concept of emulators, this thing is just such a scam. The idea that you would pay like $10 for a single non-transferable NES ROM that's not on an account or anything, it's hard locked to your console, so if your console, dies, the game just dies with it and you gotta rebuy it. Just the idea that they can just cater to dumb kids who don't know any better, which I guess would have been me at the time. I didn't know any better. I bought Ocarina of Time on the Virtual Console, and, just playing N64 games with a GameCube controller, that was kinda shitty, but we didn't know any better, eh? It was all we knew.
Come on, quick, into Shinjuku Station.
Hurry! The ruffian swarm has started attacking!
Okay, that's certainly an interesting pose for that character to be standing in. It's like that picture that's in circulation online every now and again of that old-timey German field marshal who's inspecting the troops, quote-unquote. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll pick this up later. After these messages.
After these messages.
After these messages.
After these messages.
After these messages.